internet or phone service, call them and ask them to stop CNN's fake news because of the fact they're getting ready to buy out their parent company, Time Warner Cable. We the people can do this. We worked hard to elect Donald Trump. That was just the beginning. We need to continue to fight. We need to take it to the resist movement. And we depend on Breitbart to give us the truth. And that's why you guys are so important. CNN, no more fake news. And if you continue to do so, we're going to be out here every month until you report unbiased news.
And Debbie, tell us about some of the specific cases of these narratives coming from CNN that are essentially attacks on the president disguised as journalism.
Well, one of the most egregious is when it was breaking news and they said President Trump had 2 scoops of ice cream at a dinner and everybody else had 1. That was breaking news. One of the things is when they said, when James Comey was supposed to testify, CNN said that he was expected to refute President Trump's assertion that Comey told him he was not under investigation. They had to retract the story. When they reported the story where 3 of CNN's employees were fired about one of his advisors who is now his communications director and ties with Russia, they don't mind if the Democrat Party coordinates directly with the Ukraine, but they have a problem when there's proven evidence. When they said Donna Brazile, who worked for CNN, did not give Hillary Clinton the questions and answers during the debate, CNN's debate, they denied it. Well, we found out that that was not true. When I think it was Chris Cuomo was talking about WikiLeaks, he was on the news, on the air, and said it was illegal to read WikiLeaks. That is so ridiculous. And from my perspective, our intelligence community, including the FBI, they're going after WikiLeaks and Julian Assange for actually publishing, receiving, and publishing classified information. That is the same thing the New York Times, the Washington Post is doing. They're doing the same thing, so they either need to be consistent and go after these news agencies that are receiving and publishing classified information, or they need to leave Julian Assange and WikiLeaks alone because there is a double standard there. We the people are going to continue to fight. We're not going to stop. And as I said, we're more than willing to take the fight to the left. And during the congressional town halls, we're going to show up, Mainstreet Patriots.us. If you go to our website, we're going to be doing a lot of things and partnering with the Stop the Scalpings and the Media Equality Project. We're going to, Mainstreet Patriots is going to be asking for our people to show up at the Democrat town halls and talk about Obamacare. I'm somebody who I don't have insurance. I don't have insurance because my Obamacare, my premiums went from $270 a month before Obamacare to $600 a month. I have no pre-existing conditions. I'm 58 years old, no pre-existing conditions, healthy. I couldn't afford it, so I just pay the penalty and just pay for my doctor's visit out of pocket. And I blame the Republicans a lot for this. They told us in 2010 when Obamacare passed, you give us control of the House, we'll repeal it. After they got control of the House, all of a sudden, you give us control of the Senate and we'll get something done. We gave them control of the Senate. Then we were told, give us the White House, and we repeal Obamacare. Well, they have all 3, and they're doing nothing. They are sitting there. They're not giving relief to people like me and millions of people across the United States that are negatively impacted by Obamacare. They're listening to their lobbyists. It's gut check time for the Republicans in Congress. Keep your promises or you risk being put out of power in 2018.
Do you find that establishment Republicans specifically are the ones that are kind of working alongside the Democrats, working with corporate media outlets like CNN to undercut the president? Do you find that?
I absolutely did. I told some friends that when we were celebrating the fact President Obama won the election, that the fight was just, excuse me, President Trump, when Donald Trump won the election, God forbid, lightning's going to strike me dead, but when Donald Trump won the election, I told some friends that he was going to have to fight Democrats, but also part of the establishment Republican swamp. And, I mean, that's happening when all of this is going on. We're seeing that happen. He's having to not only fight the Democrats, but members of his own party. And I will say something good about the Democrats in Congress. They're willing to go to the mat for what they believe in. Why aren't our Republican representatives why can't they do the same thing? They don't care about us. They care about being elected. And I happen to know that Susan Collins of Maine, she may have voted against the repeal after Trump was elected, but if you check her record, you will see she voted for the Obamacare repeal before President Trump was elected. It's gut check time. Keep your promises or lose power.
Do you find like there's a general disdain for the American people by CNN and kind of their buddies in Washington, D.C.?
Oh, I think there's definitely a disdain for Trump supporters. And I'm one of the national founders of the Tea Party movement. If we had carried on when our early days, like the Resist movement has carried on with violent protests, trying to deny people the right to vote, vulgar threats against the president, if we had done that, we would all be sitting in federal prison subject of an investigation. I mean, why isn't Robert Mueller investigating Hillary Clinton and the Democrats? Okay, clearly he's sending a message to people on the street. He doesn't care